Pay homage to the Blessed One, the Supreme Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I pay homage to my teacher, Luke Swaminathan. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Do you practice Karuna meditation often?
Every day, Bhante.
That's good. Don't we need, huh?
Is there some distinction between that and loving kindness meditation, or it's
Yeah, loving kindness meditation is gendered for anger, thoughts of anger, to overcome angry thoughts. Karuna meditation is to overcome the thoughts of cruelty and harming.
right? Thank you.
Don't we need more kind people to the world?
Lots more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Bhante.
Now you understand, sometimes people argue that these meditations and this spiritual practice leads to only for like, it's only few individuals benefit from it because this is an this is not a global solution. We need a global solution. This meditation is only it has limited benefits, and like that sometimes people argue, but they don't understand the fact that the people who harm others, who destroy the world, these thoughts of cruelty, thoughts of harming, first start in one individual's heart. And if that didn't happen, if that person was practicing Karuna meditation, if he was cultivating thoughts of compassion, that global disaster, that global danger would not occur. So this is not an individual solution. This is both individual and global solution. Did you get that? The person who harms thousands of people, it starts in one individual's heart, that thoughts of cruelty. So this is what we need to develop that compassionate heart. So then nobody wants to kill others, nobody wants to harm others, nobody wants to injure others, nobody wants to hurt others. This is the best solution. Developing that inner peace, inner kindness. There are no other global solutions for fear, insecurity, terror, killing, shooting. There are no global solutions. It should start in one person's heart. And then many people will benefit from that. Unfortunately, people find so many solutions for problems. But meditation is a powerful tool that lessen the problems of the world. Unfortunately, people don't pay attention. People don't take it seriously that meditation is the most powerful solution for many problems. Imagine that the majority of the world started practicing compassion meditation and developed thoughts of compassion and kindness. Imagine Can they use weapons against somebody? No. So try to encourage other people to practice meditation. It all starts in the mind. When that thought comes into play as bodily actions, verbal actions, and mental actions, people see only that external result. They don't examine the beginning point of that problem. But Buddha discovered very clearly the beginning point is the mano pubbangama dhamma. Everything in this world are preceded by mind. All actions are preceded by mind. Good actions, bad actions. Mano setta, mind is the chief of all actions. Manomaya, all actions are made of mind. They are made by the mind. Isn't that a marvelous discovery? Everything starts in the mind. So imagine that all these notorious people like terrorists, serial killers, and all these bad people, we shouldn't call them bad people, actually. Because if they get to hear this Dhamma, they still can change, like Angulimala, Ambapali, Patachara. How many? Like the serial killer Angulimala killed thousands of people because he didn't know the Dhamma. He didn't know about karma. No, there was nobody to teach him. But after Buddha taught him everything, there was a big transformation in his life, and he became a monk. He gave up all the bad qualities and developed noble qualities and escaped from bad worlds, escaped from all suffering, attain enlightenment. That's why, according to the teachings of the Buddha, we shouldn't even hate even terrorists, even other so-called notorious people, bad people, evil people. No, we don't do that. We spread kindness and compassion even to those people. Because if we hate somebody, if we are angry at another angry person, what is the difference between us and them? They act with their anger, and now we act with our anger. How are you going to teach a solution for that other angry person while you are keeping the same problem in your heart? And some people justify their anger, try to justify their anger, saying, oh, that person, I should never forgive that person, and he did this kind of damage to this family, this world, or whatever. He's very evil, and like that. So you are having the same root of anger. So what is the guarantee that you are not going to be somebody like that in the future? Because you are having that same root. fruit of unwholesomeness. See how accurate the Buddha's teachings are. Buddha teaches that person is doing those evil things. It's because of there is this root of unwholesomeness in his heart, which is anger or greediness or delusion. If you don't like to be that kind of person, then you should control your roots of unwholesomeness. And then you can teach other people to do the same. So there is no space for the disciples of the Buddha to justify their anger. Otherwise, there won't be a noble quality in this world called forgiveness. Okay, so do you have any news to share with friends? Anything you read recently?
I saw the movie, Bante.
Mm-hmm.
This is so excellent movie. It's amazing. So thank you for recommending us. It's excellent. Yeah, I want to watch one more time.
Good.
Yeah,
One
Bante.
sitting. I finished in one sitting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so interesting.
Good. Harry?
Yeah. Oh, Bante. So I was just saying that this last week, yeah, what happened in London, Ontario, right? So this, 4 people died. Yeah, it's because of somebody who has this Islamophobia, you know. Yeah, things like that happen. So we always hear about things like this killing in the States, but then it's now in our backyard. So people are having this kind of, you know, they hate certain types of people, you know. So in this case, last week it was Islam, Muslims, well, but they are all Canadians, right? Now there was a time hating Asians and Haiti people of color. So all of this kind of hate, as what Banda just said, it's all in the mind, wrong view. You know, they're not practicing the precepts, and they don't know about karma and everything. Yeah. One thing more I want to share was I continue reading the book. Okay, the book of Buddha.
So the
Yes.
Buddha Mala sage.
Yeah, so actually in the portion where in the 5 ascetics, they turn away from Buddha after knowing, you know, they thought that, yeah, Buddha is not practicing, you know,
The right path.
asceticism, right? Yeah, so he's starting to eat something, something like that. So, but there are some parts that I got some enlightened. So it was saying about Buddha when he was 2 years old, he attained his first jhana. Yeah, well, it was under the jamun tree, it says. So it's very miraculous, eh? A 2-month-old baby is able to attain jhana and to sit, you know, and to concentrate. So while the father, the king, was doing something at the time, you know, in the park, and
he was
yeah.
plowing the paddy field.
Yes, and he ultimately paid homage to Buddha the second time. Yeah, so that is something very amazing. And also there is a part that I read, not very sure about the lifespan. He was saying that our lifespan, you know, before used to be 80,000, and eventually it might only reduce to 10 years, where in 5 years they will get married. How can that happen? 5 years old get married and 10 years old died, and then eventually
you want to say wait and see.
Yeah, that's what it says in there. And then also said that Buddha will eventually come, but then would require at least when people are at least in the 100 years old, you know, category. Yeah, I was reading the book and it's very, very exciting. Just want to share.
Lots of informative, like
Mhm.
lots of new information, right?
Yes, yes. Sadhu, sadhu,
Yeah,
sadhu.
that the baby Buddha, the Buddha to be Bodhisattva, as a baby, and he was sitting under the shade of the banyan tree. He was meditating. He was doing breathing meditation, and that's because it's a habit. Like habit comes from life to life. Like he was practicing the Brahma Vihara meditations, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekka, the
2 months.
meditation of loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, and equanimity
Mhm, mhm.
in many of his past lives. So he had that habit. Every time that habit will follow him.
Oh, I see.
So
I see.
for
Yeah,
years and years,
marvelous.
yeah, he was practicing jhanas, and he was reborn in the Brahma world as a result of practicing jhanas in his past lives. So he
Mhm.
had that habit, but he didn't know that that was the path to enlightenment, to the Buddhahood. So that's in several suttas in the Majjhima Nikaya, that the baby Buddha was meditating there. After that, he forgot that.
Mhm, mhm.
He remembered that only after he followed the extreme of asceticism, the torturing the body, and he realized that torturing the body, giving pain to the body, is not the path to enlightenment. That's the time he remembered that he was meditating under that tree that day, and he attained the first jhana. So he wanted to do that again.
I see.
So he was discovering the path by himself. So he had to do experiments. All those ascetic practices, the ways of torturing the body, everything was experiments.
Oh, that was very
Yeah,
difficult. I mean, all the sufferings he did for himself for
yeah,
some other
that's
time.
like extraordinary. You don't have any other word. It's extraordinary because ordinary human beings cannot even imagine. It's not for 1 day, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. No, it's for 6 years. It's an extraordinary thing. Buddha was an extraordinary human being, and that's in several suttas. And about the lifespan, um, decrease and increase of lifespan, also in several suttas, specifically in the Chakravarti Sihanada Sutta in the Digha Nikaya, long length discourses of the Buddha.
Mhm, mhm.
Somebody had a question?
Namo Buddhaya Bante. I heard something this week, a report, and it relates to Harry's comments and questions. So over the last maybe around 20, 30 years, they have been saying that the average lifespan has been increasing because of medical advancements and things like that. And I always thought, okay, so that's, different from what Supreme Buddha has said would happen in the future. But I always thought that's a short-term view, and obviously we have, with the faith in the Supreme Buddha's teachings, the long-term has to be a decline in average lifespan. And just this week, I heard a report that they're now finding that the average lifespan is beginning to decrease. And I'm not saying that it won't increase again, but I think that as Supreme Buddha has said, with the decline in morality and in ethics, that ultimately the average lifespan will decline. So perhaps it has already begun.
Yeah, yeah, decline began long time ago.
Yes, Bante, but just in terms of our current life span and what science is reporting in terms of,
Yeah.
they have been saying that we will live longer than our parents and that kind of thing. Each generation in this lifespan has been increasing, but in fact, now they're reporting it's starting to decline.
Yeah, but our grandmothers lived like 90 years, 100 years, 100 and plus, right? And their grandparents lived more than 100 years. And yeah, but now it's hard to find somebody who lives more than 100 years. Isn't that the truth?
Yes, Bante.
Yeah, so it's a clear decline.
So,
But between some time periods, there may be a fluctuation of increase and decrease, but that's the natural law of the world. It
Yes.
started when the 80,000, the average lifespan was 80,000.
Yes.
It's the declining started.
Yes, it's definitely
And
declined.
70,000, 60,000, 50,000, 40,000, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000, 2,000, 500, 250, 120, 100.
And even the age of girls having babies, there are stories all the time that even less than 10 years old, they're having babies. So five is not too far away, I think.
Yeah, like if you read the teachings of the Buddha, and if you get an understanding about the enlightenment through the original discourses of the Buddha, you can see like everything is happening in line with the teachings of the Buddha.
So, Bante, as a follow-up, we understand Buddha saying, so the lifespan is declining. It's because of people's unwholesome views, wrong views, doing bad things. So it's coming down. Now, with the science and medical trying to extend the life of people, like what
they have achieved some success, and they will continue to achieve success, but it's a limited success.
Yeah, because based on Buddha's theory, this is all nature, law of nature and everything. There's a decline. Now with the science coming in, do you think that the science became an intervention to the law of nature that is happening?
And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. People invent new medicine, medical equipments. That's a good thing. That's a very kind, compassionate way of helping people. There is no any it's not something wrong. It's a good thing for the world. People who work tirelessly days and nights to cure people, to find new ways. That's a good thing. That's how we should think about it.
And hopefully,
I think also when we look at our lifespan as 100 years, if we even took just what the Buddha explained to us as what an eon is, and you put it into a line as an eon was a line. If you put our lifespan on that eon, you wouldn't even be able to see it with the human eye. That's how short our life is, and to be able to look at what's going on, we can't even grasp that.
Right.
And declining
it's an unimaginable long time, long cycle.
That's right.
Like imagine that when Buddha can see the long cycle and the shortest lifespan of the average lifespan of human beings compared to the other time periods with longer lifespans, what kind of feeling did the Buddha had about the disappearance of this life? So Buddha was the one who clearly saw how quickly we are going to die. Because he saw other people with his knowledge to see past lives. He saw some people lived for 80,000 years, some people lived for 60,000 years, and now Buddha is saying that people are living between 120 and 100. Think about the feelings of the Buddha's heart. Buddha knew that these group of people are the people who are experiencing the shortest lifespan, between 100 and 10. So that's why, like, Buddha wanted to encourage people again and again. We are going to leave the human world. Like, we don't need to wait for corona or whatever diseases. We are going to we're going to die. We are going to leave everything behind: our houses, vehicles, parents, sons, daughters, money, everything. But because of our ignorance, that's how Buddha saw. But because of our ignorance and delusions, we think we are living with an average lifespan of 80,000. That's how we feel. We have a lot to do, we have a lot to achieve. Even when we see other people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, millions of people are dying in a very short time, still our delusion is not going away. Still lots of greediness, hate, anger, longing, and all these things overpower us. That's sad. Norman.
Yes, Bante, I have a question. Some of the diseases that shorten the lifespan of human beings are caused by some animals like pests, for example, mosquito, rats, rodents. So my question is, especially now here in Manitoba, there are many mosquitoes, especially during the summer. So how should we deal with them? If I see a mosquito on my skin, do I kill it, or if I see a rodent, in my basement, do I put? I don't know. I don't know what to. Yeah. What's your advice?
Taking somebody's life, do you think it leads to long lifespan of
No.
of the killer or the
Yeah.
short of the killer? Huh? A mosquito is a being. Doesn't matter how small, how tiny. So taking the life of somebody, if we try to understand the natural law of the world, let's say we don't know about Buddhism. We try to understand the natural law of world. Taking the life of a being, would that lead to a long lifespan of the killer or a short lifespan of the killer? So then you should decide. Should I save the life? What do we like? Do we like to have short lifespan for us or a long lifespan for us?
Long.
Everybody likes long lifespan. So if we like long lifespan, there is a path discovered by the Buddha. Many people don't know in this world the path to gain long lifespan. Now you know why we still didn't die due to corona? How many people have already died? How many millions? More than 2 million, right? We are still living. Why? They are humans, we are humans, we are on the same earth, eating the same kind of foods, experiencing the same feelings, same emotions. They passed away, we are living. Why? Because of our good karma of not killing even a mosquito in our past lives. That is
Thank you,
the
brother.
that's the enlightenment of the Buddha. Nobody will find an answer for that except from the Buddha's teachings. Okay, Norman, so please don't kill mosquitoes, ants, even small creatures, okay?
I won't bante. I'll just blow air.
Okay, good.